What's good, YouTube? You are now back in tune with Freak Talk. This is your boy Javante, and today we'll be going over metaphysical concepts in a technology sense, kind of explaining the metaphysical concept with technology. Since I am in the cybersecurity field and the IT field, as I was studying for different certifications, more specifically the CompTIA A Plus certification, I came across information about how crystals hold the time for computers and different devices and different electronic devices. They can hold time and pretty much time. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, and once I found that out, I'd also heard about there being crystals that are in our brain, like they're called calcite crystals that are also in our brain and our pineal gland, and I believe all over our body, but mostly in the human brain and the pineal gland. So when I heard that, I was like, huh, that's kind of a interesting thing, to have a crystal controlling time for a computer. So it sparked some in my mind, and I wanted to research it and discuss it. So we're gonna see what we can get into today. So let's go ahead and start with the crystal oscillator. This is a definition. This is Wikipedia. You can look it up yourself if you need. I have a few different websites and links that I will put in the chat, so I'm not just pulling this out of nowhere, out of thin air. This says a crystal oscillator is an electronic oscillator circuit that uses a piezoelectric crystal as a frequency selective element. Now, that definition to me is just kind of very interesting, right? Because it's like, what is a frequency selective element, right? And so why are they using this in computers, and what's the significance? It's kind of the questions that kind of go off in my mind when I read that. So a frequency selective element is a thin repetitive surface, such as the screen on a microwave oven. And this is designed to reflect, transmit, or absorb electromagnetic fields based on the frequency of the field. Okay, so now I'm like, all right, so now we're really getting into something when I came across this. So pretty much what is going on here is they're using crystals in computers where they will apply a mechanical stress to the crystal, and it'll give an electric charge. So with that being said, they said this is, so I had to look and do more research on that, right? Because I'm like, okay, like, what does all this mean, right? This is all kind of real interesting. So I went to DeepSeek, and I ended up asking a question to try to get more clarity. So it says, this demonstrates that crystals can transduce energy, converting one form, mechanical, the mechanical stress that's applied to it, into another, which is electrical, which lends a foundational scientific plausibility to the idea of them interacting with energies. So it's like, wow, right? So now we're getting into a metaphysical thing now, right? Because it says now we're interacting with energy. So it's taking one form of energy and converting it to another form of energy. Okay, so that's pretty much, we can let it as kind of like a base ground, right? So crystals are taking a form of mechanical stress, a form of a different kind of energy, and turning it into another kind of electric energy, and they're using this in computers, and this can hold a frequency. So this, now we're getting to that, right? So DeepSeek, according to DeepSeek, right, it says crystals have a highly ordered repeating lattice structure. This makes them physically stable and gives them very specific resonant frequencies. So in technology, quartz crystals are used to maintain a precise frequency in electronic oscillators because they vibrate at a remarkably consistent rate. So this is saying that crystals, sister atomic structure is very, I guess you can say, ordered. Like I said, highly ordered. It can hold the frequency long. I still am trying to figure what that means. But it makes me think, right? So it's like, so now I go into like the metaphysical human brain pineal gland concept, and I'm like, all right, so how can this, where are the correlations and all this stuff, right? So it's like, this is something I looked up. It's called, this website is called the National Library of Medicine. And like I said, I'll drop the link so you all can look at these things and everything of that nature. The title of this article is Calcite Microcrystals in the Pineal Gland of the Human Brain. So this is a new form of biomineralization has been studied in the pineal gland of the human brain. It consists of small crystals that are less than 20 micrometers in length, and they are completely distinct from the often observed mulberry type hydroxyapatite concretions. Okay, and those, just a quick little more like the hydroxyapatite concretions. I looked that up, and that's kind of a thing that's not really good. It's like a mineral that's found in bones, but they were thinking, I believe, that that was kind of the only kind of crystal possibly that was in the human body. So it's saying that we have a whole different type of calcite crystal that is in our pineal gland and in our human brain. So it's also another one, which is called the autoconia. And this is another article that I found in the National Library of Medicine. And this is called the Mechanisms of Autoconia and Otolith Development. So autoconias are biocrystals which couple mechanic forces to the sensory hair cells in the utricle and saccule, a process essential for us to sense linear acceleration and gravity for the purpose of maintaining bodily balance. Okay, so now we're getting back into the electromagnetic field, right? So this kind of how I look at things. I can find where things kind of match up and correlate, right? So it didn't exactly say magnetic field, but we understand that gravity is like a magnetic field and balance is like an acceleration. It's pretty much just saying these crystals are helping you with your magnetic field. Okay, so I know everybody likes to talk about we need to decalcify the pineal gland, and that was like a big thing like a few years ago. About people finding out how fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. And so, yeah, this takes me to another thing which I learned. So I've been meditating now consistently for about 2 years. And I won't go into the exact detail of what I guess I've come across through meditation. But I believe this is arising from the pineal gland or the crystals that are in the pineal gland. And people like to call the pineal gland the spiritual antenna. And so sometimes I like to just say it will open you up to the electromagnetic field, because sometimes people kind of get confused, I believe, about spiritual antenna and things. I call it a blank thought in people's minds, because I felt like that's kind of what it was for me before I actually studied it. So, since we are electromagnetic beings, right? This means if we can decalcify, well, let me not say this means. In my opinion, this is my own personal opinion, that if we can decalcify the pineal gland or open the pineal gland through, which I believe meditation helps it a lot. There's probably multiple different ways that you can do that. I believe it gives us access to the electromagnetic field. Okay, and I don't think that's coming off of out of left field, right? So it's like, if they say this frequency selective element, which is a crystal, right, that they're using in computers, is designed to reflect, transmit, or absorb electromagnetic fields, then what do we believe that our crystals in our brain are doing? You see, so that's kind of like where I'm kind of putting this at. And let me see. I had some notes here that I had. Let me see if I missed anything. Not really. So yeah, that's pretty much. Let me see if DeepSeek has some more things that's pretty interesting. Do. So yeah, that's it. Quick and easy. This is like a new series that I'll be doing. Pretty much correlating technological concepts with metaphysical concepts that I've learned. and just seeing if I can help anybody. You know, if I can help one person or if it sparks something in your brain, then, you know, I've kind of done my job. So hopefully that's helpful to you all. Hopefully that may give you all some type of understanding about the pineal gland or electromagnetic fields. I'm pretty sure I could have went a lot deeper with this, but I kind of just wanted to keep it like, I don't want to make it like super advanced or anything of that nature. So yeah, it looks like there could be some type of correlation there in computers, crystals, brain, pineal gland crystals, who knows? But it makes sense to me. If it makes sense to you, leave a comment down below. You know, we're getting back in tune with it. This is your boy Javante with Freak Talk. Be expecting a lot more videos from me. I will be posting more. So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, do all those good things. Reach out to me if you want to collaborate or anything of that nature. I'm all for that these days. Looking to build this channel, looking to work with people, and just looking to grow. So if you're on that same wave and that same frequency, holla at your guala. This has been another video with Freak Talk. Take care.